Consider a situation wherein we feel that we are not able to perform our daily activities smoothly. We decide to visit a doctor because we are unsure about certain signals being exhibited by our body. This very unusual feeling is called an illness. After waiting for long, when we finally get to speak all about our symptoms to the doctor, he suggests some tests, and on the basis of the results, he confirms a medical condition. This actual condition that causes us to have discomfort is what we call a disease. So in this session, let's understand in detail the link between disease and human health. Health is wealth is what we often hear from all the doctors or health practitioners who always promote a healthy diet and lifestyle. We hear it so much that most of us never really think much about what it really means. Health is most often considered to be a state of complete physical well-being, but it is even important for us to be mentally and socially healthy. For we can be really happy if we are healthy from within. But many would also say that to be healthy means one should not have any illness or one should be disease-free. That is absolutely correct too. A doctor examines so many people during the day who are suffering from some or other disease. So it's important for him to understand diseases better. And since we are very much responsible for our own well-being, let us also try to understand them today. And we can start by classifying them appropriately. First, we can categorize them into two types, on the basis of their onset or how they really begin. The first type comprises of diseases that are present since birth, as they are inherited by a child from its parents, also called the congenital diseases. Majority of the cases are related to defective formation of certain organs or body parts while the baby was in the womb. According to a case study, nearly 6 lakh babies born each year in India are affected by congenital defects, and majority of these are related to heart, followed by inherited genetic changes and infections. On the contrary, there are diseases which are developed after birth, such as diabetes, as most of these diseases are acquired in some form or the other. They are called as acquired diseases. Now, on the basis of how a disease gets transmitted from one person to another, acquired diseases are further classified into two types. First is communicable disease, which spreads from an infected person to a healthier person. These may spread directly, that is via physical contact or through droplets, or indirectly, that is if it spreads through contaminated water, it is called as waterborne. If it spreads through aerosols in air, it is called as airborne. Then through contaminated food is called as foodborne. Through infected inanimate objects is called fomites-borne. And the one which spread through flies, insects, it is called as vector-borne. Now, can you guess the second category of acquired diseases? Yes. These are the non-communicable diseases, which do not spread from one person to another. According to a WHO report, non-communicable diseases kill nearly 38 million people each year. There are certain risk factors involved in developing a non-communicable disease, which includes age, gender, genetics, exposure to pollution, behavior such as smoking, unhealthy diet, physical inactivity, hypertension, and obesity. They are also caused by biological infectious agents such as viruses. Cardiovascular diseases like heart attacks and stroke, cancers, respiratory diseases such as obstructed pulmonary disease, and diabetes are 4 main types of non-communicable diseases. You might have also noticed sometimes we fall ill only for few days, and how it can even take weeks to recover before we become healthy again. So depending on the duration, diseases are also termed as acute disease, something that is characterized by sudden onset of symptoms. Also, they are severe in nature and last for shorter periods of time, Example, acute leukemia, common cold, heart attack. Whereas chronic diseases are long-term medical conditions that are progressive, such as chronic respiratory problems, diabetes. Disease therefore depends on many factors, which may be due to unhealthy lifestyle or genetic changes, but they happen majorly because of infections. These infections are due to the invasion of foreign entities in our body. These disease-causing agents are called as microorganisms. They are single-celled, invisible to human eye, and have existed for billions of years on this planet. They are present everywhere. They live in the water you drink, the food you eat, and the air you breathe. They are present even in our body. So to what extent do these ubiquitous microorganisms affect our health? To answer this question, do make sure to check out our upcoming session where we'll try to find out if microorganisms are our friends or foe. An important thing to note here is that if we even bring a small helpful change in our habits and adopt a healthy lifestyle, most of these acquired diseases can be kept at bay successfully.